I'm here out at Alsea Bay in Walport, and I talked to Robbie Hansen. He runs the dock of the bay, and I tried my regular crab spot. It was okay, but nothing great, and he told me a spot to go, and we have limited out. So I got 4 more crabs to get, and we're gonna pull this trap and see if we can get it, because we've been doing really well. Oh, this is heavy. We only need 4 more and we'll have our limit. It's been a really good day. Oh yeah. Oh, I can see I got some keepers here. Oh my gosh, this is crabbing at Walport. That's a female. Throw her back with the trap, and what a great day. I can already see I got my limit. Fantastic. My essential items are, first off, my Basswood 17 Winona. I did a whole video on the advantages of this over other canoes and kayaks and small boats. You can check that out under the Perfect Boat video. This is a Bending Branches paddle. Get yourself a high quality paddle. It's just a dream to use. I actually taped on, it's a imitation leather, and I just wrapped it in a spiral and put it down with some PVC electrical tape. And this is really silent on these gunnels when you're paddling. You don't hit the wood, there's no clicking or banging noise. It's really silent and great for approaching game, which we'll show you in our Yellowstone video. As far as traps go, I did a whole video on the advantages of conicals over all other traps. They're one of the fastest crab catching devices out there because it's really easy for the crab to get in, fall in. When you pull them up, they actually stay in, they can't climb out like they can do with other rings that are reversed. And they're not as bulky as the box traps. And you can see that's 3 traps right there. And that easily fits in my canoe, and I'll show you that whole setup. I always have a life vest with me, especially if I'm wearing waders. And I showed you how if you have waders and a life vest, you will always stay afloat. These are my buoy systems. These are a couple buoys that I paint up in a particular pattern just to make it a little easier to identify. I always double buoy because a lot of people single buoy and it's really hard to tell. I always put a number system or a letter system on the bottom of my canoe. And like I said, in California, you were required to have this red float to identify you as a sport crabber. You have to have identification marks on your buoys, regardless if you're in California, Oregon, or Washington. So that's something you just follow the regs, put your name, phone number, license number, whatever it takes to qualify for that. I talked about the foam mats in detail in an earlier video, protecting your investment. And these really protect the bottom of the canoe, especially when you're dumping crab, and you'll see what I mean shortly. The other items that I need to mention is a couple of buckets. These I got from Harbor Freight. There's an old paint bucket. These are what I put my crab in. I can keep them separate. If I get the super jumbos, they'll go in the red bucket. Crabs that are marginal will go in here. And that way I know which ones are the biggest automatically, and I can also keep count. So in California, you're allowed 10 crabs. In Oregon, which we're talking about, you're allowed 12. And with 3 traps, I've limited out with 12 keepers in Oregon in under 18 minutes, just pulling traps the first time. All 3 rings done. So that's how good the crabbing can be, especially with a canoe that you can get in right on top where the crab are. Now, can you crab without a canoe? Absolutely. In fact, there's many good docks from Newport to Alsea Bay to all the way up the coast. Last year it was early November and we were at Garibaldi, which is Tillamook Bay, and this is the first time I've ever seen it. I witnessed guys, different individuals, catching their limits of 7-inch and bigger crabs from a dock. Now that's doable in a boat or a canoe on a regular basis, but from fishing from shore on a dock, 7 inchers, a limit is really tough. I talked to the locals, and several locals told me it was the best crabbing they've seen in 20 plus years. So Tillamook Bay is one of the places we'll talk about when we talk about crabbing for Siletz and Tillamook or Garibaldi. They are not affected by rain. So if you get a huge rain, it can blow out Newport, it can blow out Walport, Alcee Bay, Reedsport. Many of the places will get blown out with heavy rains, and it's too much fresh water, and the crab go back in the ocean. Tillamook Bay, Siletz Bay, not affected by rain. So it can be pouring rain, and as soon as it stops, or if you don't mind going out in the rain, you go out, you're gonna have a great time, you'll catch your crab. The best months, again, are September, October, November, December, into January. You're gonna catch some really good big crab all on the coast. Remember, if it's raining really heavy, hit Siletz and hit Tillamook Bay. You're gonna have a great time. Some of the items I will never be without when I'm crabbing is I always have extra flotation devices. These are Coast Guard approved. I throw them around the canoe. They're great for kneeling on, sitting on, a little more comfort throughout the day. But it's just extra flotation devices. Always have them in my canoe regardless. This is mentioned it before, this is a Scotty safety equipment kit. It has a throw rope, little flashlight, and more importantly, it has a whistle. And whistles are required in certain parts of Oregon on the rivers. Bays, you have to have a whistle for emergency. This is a great little safety kit to always have with you. I also have my horn, which you'll see in my canoe videos. I show you all these upgrades with the mats and everything. In the video, you can find it down in the selection of canoe videos called Canoe Upgrades. Go to the Canoe Upgrades and you'll see all this equipment and how I use it. Another item I'll never be out, I'll tether this to the canoe. This is just a simply Clorox bottle or a bleach bottle, not Clorox by brand, but it was a bleach bottle with the bottom cut out. This makes a great bailer. Scoops really fast, it flexes with the canoe. You can empty the canoe with water real quickly because you're in a canoe. You're always going to get water in a boat, in a canoe. You need some type of bailer. I mean, some people go as far as having pumps or even electric ones. This will do it faster, quicker, and it costs you nothing if you got an old bottle laying around. Another item that I'll have for my wife or other people that I bring out crabbing is some long pinchers that they can grab the crab and throw away the females or undersized ones. I never use these because I'm really comfortable picking up crab, and possibly you'll see me in the videos. I just go through like boom, 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 and I eject them pretty fast. So I never get pinched. Only got pinched once, and that was a barely legal crab, and I was planning on letting it go, but it pinched me, so I kept it, cooked it. And it was the best tasting crab I ever had. That's what happens when they pinch you. But this is really good for beginners to have confidence in handling crab. Other crabbers are the single best resource you'll ever get for crabbing. When you ask to look at their crab, be amazed, say, wow, I've never seen crab like that. They love the compliments, they're all proud of themselves. And then ask them the two most important questions, but the first one's the most important. Are you crabbing again tomorrow? If they say yes, then leave it alone, just say, hey, good luck, I'll see you out there. If they say no, remind them, man, these crab move every day from day to day. Where do you recommend I go tomorrow? If they're not coming back, many times they'll put you right on their hot spot and you'll limit out.